welcome to the Watch Kaki channel where we bring you all the good and honest watch reviews. If you're new to the channel, please take the time to click the subscribe button. Hang around longer because I have lots of videos coming just for you. For today's watch review, we have this watch here, the Panerai PAM 564, which I bought around 3 months ago. I bought this one used, and before my wife delivers a karate chop to my neck, I thought I'll risk my life to do this quick review just for you. The 564 has a classic Panerai luminor case, 44mm across, 24mm lug width. It's got a thickness of just under 14mm, and the lug length is about 53.5mm. The watch is powered by Panerai's in-house movement, the P5000, which is a hand wound movement, and as the dial says, it's got 8 days power reserve. What makes the 564 so special is that the watch case is made of titanium. It's finished in an all brush finish, so the front, the sides, the bezel, the lugs, everywhere on the watch you see this dial brush finish, which I really prefer over the more polished cases. Unlike the 177 that this watch has replaced, the Panerai 564 has a dark brown dial which Panerai calls tobacco, and I actually prefer this one to the usual black dials. This watch was made sometime in late 2014, so it's still got that sandwich dial which most Panerai collectors will prefer. I for sure prefer the sandwich dial over the more recent painted ones. The 564 currently retails at US $7,000, or that converts to Singapore dollars $10,000. On a used market you will get a better price, so I guess that's the way to go for now. This watch here has the classic standard Panerai look. It's got a big, easy to read dial, numerals 12, 3, 6, small seconds at 9, 4 lines of text, very easy to read. I don't need information like power reserve or GMT on my Panerai, so this is exactly what I want from Panerai watch. Easy to read, time only, hand wound, no date. The case design is pretty standard. As with all Panerais, it's got that huge crown guard here with a lever which you unlock. You set the time and you wind the watch. Smooth winding, this one. So when you turn around to look at the case back, to be honest, there's nothing much to be seen because most of the movement has been covered by this metal plate here. It's got inscriptions of the brand, 8 days power reserve text, and the movement number. Nothing much to look at, but I'll tell you honestly, I would very much prefer this over a steel case back, because hey, I paid good money for a mechanical watch. I really like to see what's running under the watch. And to be honest, if I were to bring it closer, you will see some nice pelage under the balance wheel here. Plenty of standard Panerai features such as a 300 meters water resistance, a slightly domed sapphire crystal which you don't really notice because it doesn't do any distortion when reading the time. From any angle, I don't see any distortion. And of course, the markers and hands are brightly lumed, as you will see later in the lume shot. Due to its all titanium construction, this Panerai is the lightest I've ever owned. I've been lucky to own 3 so far, although not all at the same time. Compared to my previous Panerai 312, I would say this is easily up to half the weight. Very comfortable to wear. The entire case made of titanium. Even the buckle is made of titanium. Alright, so flipping it, you feel that it's a very lightweight buckle. And the watch case is lightweight as well. I can wear it the whole day without feeling like wearing a chunk of metal on my wrist. I would say the build quality for this watch is on point for its retail price. Yeah, really well built case. All sides are machined nicely. Deep engraving on the text along the case back. The dial has that grainy look to it. It is not reflective nor is it sunburst. It's got a matte, grainy kind of look to it with this dark tobacco finish. At most angles, it's actually dark enough to look like black. And the dial is nicely printed, crisp and clear. The cutouts for the sandwich dial also nicely done. But then again, it's a given at this price point. We expect these things to be more or less perfect. So although the movement is rather plain to look at, it's mostly covered, if you look at the details, you'll see a bit of pelage going on at the exposed area. It's not too bad. Well, the 564 comes standard on a dark brown alligator strap with ecru stitching. Presumably this is supposed to match the tobacco dial, and I think it does a very good job. Also, it's got a dark brown lining, which I very much prefer over the light brown ones, because those things stain badly over time. I'm not a big fan of aftermarket straps, so this one will probably stay on the watch for as long as I own it. Well, the watch also comes with a second strap. This is the standard black Panerai rubber strap, which I'll show you more later on in the reshot segment. So a very well put together watch. I would say this is a very good entry level type of Panerai. No frills, time only, hand wound, and one of the more affordable Panerais when we talk about retail prices. Of course, you're not looking at high-end horology such as the big three, but then again, those watches are going to cost at least 2 or 3 times more. As with all Panerais, it's always fun to look at the lume shot. So here we go. Bam! See how bright the lume really is? 12, 3, 6, small seconds at 9, hands, markers all brightly looming green. I would say this is as good as any Panerai lume I've seen. Let's have a look at the size comparison between the Panerai 564 and the Omega Speedmaster, which I reckon is a watch that is more or less classically sized at 42mm. One look head on, you can tell that the Panerai is way bigger. It's got a bigger case. The dial, the crystal is bigger. The lug to lug length is also longer than the Omega Speedmaster. It's interesting to note that the Panerai is actually not that much thicker than the Omega. I think they're both about just under 14mm. But if you look at the watch's head on, especially with this huge crown guard here, you get the feeling that the Panerai is a much bigger watch. Here's how the watch looks on my 6.8-inch wrist. That's about 17cm for you. I would say the watch is slightly on the big side, but still very comfortable, and this is just about the biggest I can go without looking very silly. Watch is still very comfortable because of the low profile, and the strap is also very comfortable, not too stiff. I wear it on the second hole, and the tail end sticks out just that bit, which is still very tolerable. The black rubber strap seems to be a bit longer, so it's a bit of tail end protruding here, which I kind of dislike. But overall, it's still very comfortable. But I guess I'll just leave it on the dark brown alligator strap. So overall, the Panerai 564 is a very good choice as a point of entry into the world of Panerai ownership. It's got the in-house 8 days power reserve movement. It's got a lightweight titanium case, thereby making the watch very comfortable to wear. I can wear it the whole day without feeling very tired or as if I'm wearing a huge hunk of metal on my wrist. The build quality is reasonably good for the price, but my advice is to buy this one in the used market. Panerais are going for very good prices in the second-hand market these days, so I think if you're looking forward to getting a Panerai, buying used is the way to go. Now, apart from the lightweight titanium case, I would say what draws me most to this watch, the Panerai 564, is that classic Panerai look. It's unmistakable once you look at the dial, you look at the crown guard, you look at the case shape, you know for sure it's a Panerai. Now, the watch does have some flaws, the first one being a very squeaky lug connection. I don't know if it's because the strap is getting dry or what. It's really squeaky, as you can hear. And also the dark brushed titanium look. It's also quite a bit of a smudge magnet. Not so much of fingerprints, but you can see if I were to run my fingers around, the part immediately gets smudged. So I have a hard time trying to make sure the oil from my fingers are wiped off every time I wear the watch. Unfortunately, I got to admit, the main problem with the watch lies in the movement itself. Online rumors are true, the watch does run too fast, especially when it's fully wound. I've since found the movement to be very erratic, and it tends to run about 1 to 2 minutes fast, especially on the days that it's fully wound. So for example, if I were to wind it on Wednesday and Thursday, the watch will run just that bit faster by about 2 minutes, and then it slowly evens out in the course of the 8 to 9 days. It's strange because you're paying a premium for supposedly in-house movement, but then again, they can't even sort out the accuracy. I really hope Panerai has found a way to solve this problem. So a big thank you for watching the review. If you found this review to be very helpful, please click on the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon with more videos. Goodbye! The 564 has a classic Panerai Lumino whatever due to its all titanium. So let's take a look at the watch. Here's how the watch looks on my 6.8-inch Panerai. Wow, Italian. Don Corleone. There's no justice. Your daughter is still alive.